Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Ripping On. Tonight's ripping will be on Encounter. I believe this one is a 2021 movie, and it's an Amazon Prime original. So I'm pretty interested. Sorry, due to the fact that I love aliens and different ideas on how aliens would behave when they're on Earth and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty intrigued by this one. So let's hop right into it. So I've been watching the movie for a little bit now, and for some weird reason, I feel as if I've been baited into believing this is an alien movie. But yeah, I'm not gonna argue just yet because um, I really anticipated something different for how they were gonna go through this, but I'm wrong, it seems. But I still get the feeling that I've been baited into believing this is an alien movie due to the fact that like, everything that's happening doesn't show anything about aliens. Anyways, look, I'm about I think it's like I'm about 35 minutes in and all that. And I'll keep going because I'm assuming there's more to this than just one man against the world kind of thing. It's very odd, but anyways, let's keep going. Okay, so I've watched through the whole movie after my last little pause, and apparently I've been debated into believing this is a goddamn fucking alien movie, and it's not. Ah, other than the few snippets where the dad is hallucinating, apparently, Um, yeah, there's no aliens. I've been debated. I've been 100% debated into believing this thing. God damn. Okay, so let's get into the gripes of the movie. Actually, there wasn't really any gripes other than the fact that there was no aliens in this movie. Um, Scenarios played out fairly reasonable. All the events that occurred were somewhat reasonable. There weren't really much that I can argue with. Uh, Other than the few little areas where some information, some of these random people having information for where this person is and all that kind of stuff, uh really I'm like reasonable to some extent. Other than that, there is no real issues with the movie. Like, it plays out like a typical movie minus the aliens. But other than that, yeah, everything seemed pretty legit. I didn't really find any real faults with the movie, and it felt all right. So yeah. Um, here here's what I expected. Okay, I was expecting like a movie that had aliens in it, and it would have been like one of those like infection type alien movies where it's spreading and all that kind of stuff, and it would have been kind of cool to see how they would have managed this new form of alien because of all the scenes in the beginning that they showed of life forms and all that kind of stuff eating and consuming each other. I figured it would have been like one of those kind of things, but nope, ended up not being that. So here's where they could have probably made this movie a little better. If they wanted to go along that, they could have easily tied in the whole entire COVID thing, have doctors talking in the background and all that kind of stuff via how the infection is spreading and all that kind of stuff to give you the sense that maybe there is an alien infection going on, like one of those like misdirection kind of things, and then have the news kind of reflect that same concept the scientists were talking about, and then him having his psychological break at the same time, which would have tied in and made you believe more that there was a potential alien outbreak kind of thing happening and it was being covered up. That would have been really cool. That would have been really sweet, and that would have captivated me a little more. But in the end, they didn't go with that, which I mean, it's fine, it's reasonable. But they baited me in believing this was an alien movie yet again. It's the only gripe that I have with this movie. Other than that, I would say this is an okay watch. It's yeah, yeah. So my rating for this movie would probably be 6.5 to 7. Uh, Everything seems reasonable, plays out pretty well. Script isn't bad and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. I am okay. Even though I do have gripes with children in movies, but this was fine. This was definitely fine. It made sense with the dad and the whole entire psychotic break thing with the. Anyways, so yeah. So other than that, yeah. So 6 to 7 out of 10. I'm assuming the general public will probably, if they're like me and they didn't like the idea of being baited into believing it was an alien movie, then yeah, I'm sure they'll probably give it roughly the same score because there was nothing really wrong with the movie. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, about equal, equal on rating. Um, yeah. So I will see you guys on the next one.